What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? So I hope y'all is good. Everyone is well, in good health. So I have a friend, and this friend of mine, he's like a good friend of mine. He lives in feel like it's a stone throw away from the Victoria Falls. He lives in Zambia, Livingston.
So guys, this is my good friend David, and he's playing with some pussies.
Okay, it may not be a stone throw away, but then it's like, I think it's like less than 10 kilometers away from the Victoria Falls, or about that, plus or minus. Anyways, so there's a hive of tourist activity in and around Livingston and other parts of Zambia. So like, it's like very busy with like tourism activities. You could do anything there related to tourism. Even here in Uganda where I live, there's a lot of tourism activity, like especially in places like Jinja. Even here in the city, there's lots of touristy stuff you can do. But anyways, me and this friend of mine, we got to talking, and after some research, there's a couple of things we could do. Like, he's into branding, he's into a whole, he also does a bit of everything. Even he does a bit of tour guide work. He can't avoid it, it's in his face. He does a bit of branding, apparel, he does a lot of stuff actually. We got to talking, and after some research, I came across certain tourist campaigns or tourism campaigns. When I looked like at a comprehensive one, I noticed it would take like $100,000 to successfully achieve a comprehensive tourism campaign, which involves like everything from events to marketing collateral to online presence to above and below the line advertising, just to be able to drive tourism to designated locations by a certain percentage, like say 10 to 15%. Anyways, so after these discussions, we noticed like most of the stuff we do can make a contribution either way. So we decided to come up with a few ideas and just do a little at a time, because none of us has $1,000. So we figure we just do what we can, like start with the marketing collateral, since the concept is already there and we already developed the proposal. We just go into the proposal, and then the little stuff we can do, we do, and then we use that to garner traction. And then as time goes along, whoever comes on board is going to come on board, but we are just going to do what we can do. So we figured out we can do websites, we can create an online presence, and we can do like a lot of the marketing collateral with a limited amount of funds. Like, this brings me to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a marketing collateral that we're going to use, one of the ones we're going to use, and I'm going to be showing you the campaign, brand name of the campaign, and I'm going to be showing you, today's video I'm just going to be showing you the development of one of the publications for the campaign, which is it's kind of like a handbook. It's a tourist handbook / magazine, but it's very informative. So it's kind of like an information handbook / magazine. It's comprised of locations. In fact, let me just show you what it is. So we decided to go with can you see this? The campaign is going to be called Zambia Unveiled, and the tag is to discover the heart of Africa. And this is one of the publications that we're going to use, and I'm going to show you how I achieved this in I used a number of programs. I used InDesign, Illustrator, and everything. So this comes with a centerfold, and I'm going to show you how this was achieved as well. This is a bit small. I think it's like a centerfold of the administrative map of Zambia. It shows like different locations. Fine, I don't think you can really see this. but the size is underwhelming, so I'm gonna make this an A1. This is an A2. Like, the publication comes with this, as well as a bunch of information. This is a publication. See, it has locations of all the national parks and game reserves, and then it has like the different activities you can partake in or explore in those game reserves, and then it has a brief literature and lots of visuals of these locations. This is mainly to inform the tourists. But this is a publication anyways, and I'm gonna show you in detail how I achieved this using the different programs, and how the impact of AI these days, because like with artificial intelligence, I don't think I was gonna be able to achieve this, because you need, like, for this I would need a researcher. If I don't go out into the field and research these locations myself, I would also need an editor, a proofreader, a photographer. There's so much that I would need to be able to achieve this. But with the help of AI, I'm able to get detailed information on these locations and accurate information. So in today's video, we are making this. Let's get into it.
I just want to briefly show you how I gathered all the literature and all the information for the publication. I find the artificial intelligence interesting because in this case, it kind of replaced the whole of editorial, if I can say that. And what's weird is like the artificial movement, or if I can call it that, is like so big, because in the last month they've been in excess of 1,000 AI tools produced. So I think it's better one just takes advantage of it and makes use of the resources availed to one, be it you're an engineer, whatever you're doing. I believe like AI is going to complement or improve what you're doing. Anywho, this is where I start. I come to ChatGPT. I'm just using the simple one. You kind of like have a conversation with this thing. It's like you're speaking to an individual. So I just ask it, give me a list of all the national parks and game reserves in Zambia, and I okay that. Then it starts generating. So yeah, it has like nine national parks and 10 game reserves. So after this is generated, I go on. This information is necessary because I'm going to use it for all the title pages, like the different title pages, and the different title pages for the publication. So I take these and then I copy them. Then I ask it to give me to list the tourist activities for each of these locations. Then I ask it to generate that. And then it's like a back and forth interaction. Like you ask it and it gives you, as you can see, it just gives a brief point, say like game reserve, see variety of wildlife, antelopes, walking safaris. I'm going to ask it now to write a brief literature of, I'll say like 800 words on each of the given locations. This is going to be just to be able to have some literature for the reader to get like background on the locations. It goes on to generate it like picks up on the previous conversation and then generates from the same list you provided it. So as you can see, it just generates a brief literature that one can use to engage the reader. Most of the times, like when interacting with ChatGPT, like when it stops, you can just instruct it to continue. And there it goes, it continues. The magic of AI. This is it for generating the info. You're we've managed to eliminate a researcher, an editor, a proofreader, and then we've got all national parks and game reserves. And okay, we're gonna get the locations. The best way to depict locations is map. So we're gonna locate maps of the said locations and then reproduce them, first of all, to avoid copyright. In order to get these maps, it's going to be simple basic search. You go to your Google, you search for the location, like you search for, say, it's South Luangwa National Park. Let's go in and type map of South Luangwa National Park. It gives you the map. There's a variety of them, but thing is to just get the most simple map you can find. This one's alright. The A2 map has these locations, but it's extremely detailed, and I just want to get like simplified maps which can give adequate information. So once you get these maps, you copy them, save them to locations. Anyway, you save them to locations, then come to Illustrator and you begin to reproduce these maps. Okay, this is how they look after they're reproduced. Initially, this is how it looks. It has the different locations and what. Then I come into Illustrator, create the A4, then I begin to reproduce these layer by layer. I create a layer for the water, for the roads, for the text, and for the key. So as I just redraw the water, and I fill it in color of my choice, which is I fill that in, and then I draw the roads, and then I insert the text. See, insert the text and locations and other bits of information. Then I do the key. This is the key, just to be able to adequately inform the reader. And then this is the outlines, the basis of the map, which is also, I also use the pencil tool and draw out each of these, like the location, I map it out and fill it in. Yeah, and there we have it. We have a very simple basic map that we can use in the publication. So I go through the list and I do the same thing for all the maps. I collect them, redraw them, and reproduce them. Alrighty. Okay guys, so now I just want to show you how I now developed the centerfold, which is, it's going to be an A1 map. Okay, to do that, it's the same process. You just have to source as much information as possible. Like Zambia, they have the administrative divisions are provinces, then it's broken down more into districts. I locate the maps first. This one has a substantial amount of detail. Then I download that. Like this one here is nice because it depicts the different provinces and the neighboring countries. So this is going to be very helpful. But the first one is extremely detailed and has rivers, roads, and the size of the map, which is around, it's about an A2 or A1. I think it serves much better if it's larger because you can achieve more detail. So I just download all these maps which can help in one way or another, and then I fuse them together. Normally you can't get all the information you want on just one single map place, so you kind of have to like collect all the information and then fuse all that data together. For some of the information, go on to Google Earth, and I'll come here and I'll take screenshots of certain locations, and then I'll merge them. I stitch them together. Okay, after I like gather all these bits of info, I come to Adobe Illustrator. I would create layers. This process takes a bit of it takes some time, because you create one layer and then reproduce that layer. You take your pencil tool. It takes a fair amount of, you take your time with it. You like go in and draw these things, like draw it one by one and give it a color, you know. That's a river, so it's gonna be blue, and you want it to be like, you can see here there's country outline, there's district outlines, there's layer for the rivers, in all, I had like, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. I had like about 30 layers, like 30 layers. Like after I gathered everything, I had like 30 layers to do. So as the layers like one by one come together, I just want to show you like how it comes together, because first it's an empty document. As you move along, each layer has like different bits of information that you pick up as you go along. The roads, the regions, you have like western region, northwestern, you have the copper belt, Lusaka. After everything comes together, as like you zoom into the document, you can see the amount of detail that's in there. I think it's a good bit of information to have about a country. Okay, so for the icons that I use with the maps to depict the activities that happen in these places. It's a pretty simple process. All I do is like I go to the list, the bullet pointed list that was that we got from ChatGPT, and then I use a couple of vector graphics. There's websites where you can get free vector graphics, and then I begin to create those icons. By the end of having gone through the list, I have icons of all activities that happen within the national parks. So every time a map appears in the document, I just accompany it with with the icons for the activities within that specific location. Okay guys, so at this point we take everything we've collected, be it the maps that we redrew, the text, photographs, and the vector graphics, basically any form of visuals as well as data collected. We bring it here into InDesign, and the layout design process begins. Like InDesign is, I would say, okay, for me it's the best layout design program. So I bring everything in here and start to lay out and design it. At this point I'm in an advanced stage of the layout design process, but I'm just putting in the running footers for the page numbers and doing the table of contents before finishing off the document. So after putting in all the photographs, putting effects in the backgrounds, in the photos, or whatever need be, then I proof it. Like I go over it, I export it into PDF and go over it a number of times to make sure it's to my liking or it's to my satisfaction. And then once I feel like, okay, it's good enough, since I'm the only, normally it would be nice to have somebody else go over it, but since I'm the only one going through it, when I'm satisfied, then I'll find my way to the printers and have it printed. So after this, we're gonna make our way to the printers. this point, I've been over the document countless times. I've proofed it, checked certain spellings. I just been over it over and over again, just to make sure I don't leave anything glaring out there. And I'm about ready to go to the printers now, so let's find our way to Nasser Road. Okay, so Nasser Road is one of the prime printing locations in the city. When I get there, I'm gonna keep it simple. The cover is gonna be a 250 milligram matte laminated, and the inner is gonna be 150 milligrams for each of the sheets, just to keep it simple and keep the quality up there.
Everybody, all right, so this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I'm gonna be documenting bits of this Zambia Unveiled journey, so whenever I can, I am gonna post videos on whatever progress we make. If you got this far in the video, just like the video. If you do like it, comment, let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about anything you saw in the video. And blessings upon blessings upon blessings. Have yourselves a good day, evening, morning, further, whatever is happening with you. God bless y'all. And until the next video, peace out.